Guys, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna do an anti-haul part 2. Oh gosh, I posted an anti-haul, I think it was last week or the week before, and I got a lot of great feedback on that particular video. Like better feedback than my usual, you know, more views. I think a lot of people relate to it more. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to do an anti-haul number 2, because let's face it, we need to, try to convince ourselves not to buy crap just because it is all the hype right now. I mean, I've been a victim of it. You guys, I'm sure, have been a victim of it. It's not something that we really can avoid. It's all over the place. Social media, YouTube, even in marketing, ads, commercials on TV, it's everywhere. So this is my way of, grounding myself to make sure I don't fall into the hype. I don't, things I don't think are worth the money, I'm not going to bother to buy. And just with a little disclaimer, if you already own these products, good for you. This is just my personal opinion on these products, on how I think of these products, and whether they're worth the full size or not, that kind of stuff. This particular anti-haul idea was originated, I believe, from Kimberly Clark. She is an amazing YouTuber out on this platform. She started, personally, I think she started off this anti-haul phenomenon, and I decided to jump on the bandwagon because I find that it really helps me not buy just stuff for no reason and wasting my money. Okay, so I'm moving on. So the first particular product I'm going to talk about is the Glam Glow Super Cleanse Daily Clearing Cleanser. If you guys don't know what that looks like, I will insert a photo here. And in case I can't insert it, because God knows technology sometimes sucks nowadays, let me just... This is what the product looks like. It is $43 Canadian for a 5-ounce bottle. So you're probably wondering, like, what the hell, Antonetta? Well, you know what? I've tried this in a sample size, and I don't think it's worth the hype. Like, I get Glam Glow, their masks are expensive. I own 2 of them. I own the hydrating Thirsty Mud mask, and I own the the clearing mask. I own the mask that's in the white jar that is related to this particular cleanser. I love the masks. The masks are amazing. Yeah, they're $80 for a little jar, but they do work. I do believe they work. However, now these cleansers that, they're marketing, I think are just a load of shit, and I'll tell you why. I've tried the sample of the Thirsty Mud cleanser, which is similar to this one, and then I've tried the Daily Clearing Cleanser as well, which is this one here. I've tried both in sample form. They don't do anything other than cleanse your face. They smell the exact same way the masks do. They would perform as if you would use it as a mask. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Like, if I'm gonna, bust out the money, like, for a $43 cleanser, I might as well shell out the $80 and just get me the mask instead. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna go and spend $43 plus taxes Canadian on a cleanser when all you're gonna do is put it on your face and then wash it right off within, within seconds. It doesn't make it worth it for me. Even though we wash off a mask, at least you let it sit on there, you let it dry, you let it sit there so that your skin can get the benefits of it. This is just something that, you apply, you rub in, you rinse off. It's kind of $43 literally down the drain. So I don't really believe in this particular cleanser line, because this is a line of cleansers. There's this one, there's the blue one, and there's also, I believe, the black one and the green one as well. So if you're gonna splurge, I would prefer splurge on the mask than I would on the actual cleanser. The cleanser just doesn't do anything for me. I don't think it's worth $43. And personally, if you had that kind of coin to spend on like an actual cleanser, I I wouldn't spend it on a cleanser. I would spend it on something that will soak into your skin, like a great serum or a facial oil. Something will give you big benefits in your skin. I don't know. That's just me. That's my personal preference. I'm not gonna buy this. I am not gonna purchase this in full size. If I get a sample of it, sure, I'll use it as a sample. But you ain't seeing this mama bear at all go and pick this puppy up at a full size cost. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so moving on. The next product is. Oh, do I have a lipstick on my teeth? No, I don't. The next one is the Natasha Denona Star Shadow palette. Now, I have included a Natasha Denona palette in my previous anti-haul, and I'm including the Star Shadow palette in this anti-haul. So this is a palette that has quite a few shadows. If you haven't seen the palette, I'll insert it right now. Okay. So this palette looks like this, in case you guys can't see it. It's out of stock. It was out of stock when I went on Sephora to check it out. It is $215. That is correct. $215. It comes with 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 eyeshadows. Again, you know, the whole hype of Natasha Denona's palettes are so creamy and buttery and you get twice the amount of product and blah, 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 blah. Well, no offense, but when have you ever finished an eyeshadow palette? Forced yourself to finish an eyeshadow palette? It's hard to do. You don't need a palette that's got twice the amount of product and pay an arm and a leg. People can't even afford to buy their children clothes for the winter. People can't even afford to buy enough groceries for the week. And you're charging an 18 eyeshadow palette for $215. Does that make any sense at all? What boggles my mind is that there are people out there that actually purchase this palette, and it is currently out of stock, and I just can't justify spending that amount of money on a palette. The most I will go at spending money on any type of palette, regardless if it's a face palette, an eye palette, whatever it is, $100 is the limit. That's the farthest I go. And $100 is really even pushing it for me. But if I absolutely, truly, absolutely just love the brand, what it stands for, the product inside, I will go up until $100. But that's my limit. I will not go over that limit. And this is why. Natasha Denona has decided to gift these palettes all to the bigger YouTubers with a huge ass following, because she knows that if she does that, then it'll convince their followers, who probably have, you know, majority of the followers have a income less than maybe 40 grand a year. Subliminal message to them is, you know, it's a great palette, go pick it up. Now, I said this in my last haul, and I'll say it again. What's the difference, aside from the amount of product in those damn eyeshadows, that you can't get with a Tarte eyeshadow, an Anastasia eyeshadow, a Too Faced eyeshadow, a Morphe eyeshadow, a Makeup Geek eyeshadow? Excuse me, I almost burped there. I can go on. I can name a MAC eyeshadow even. You can get the same butteriness, blendability, lasting power, all with the eyeshadow companies I have specifically mentioned. And you don't have to go and break the bank to buy their palettes. Anastasia's eyeshadow palettes, they range between $40 to $60, and they are amazing quality. MAC eyeshadows you can get for, I think it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's either $6 or $12 for the pan, and you could put the pan in the palette, in a Z palette. Makeup Geek eyeshadows are like $5. You buy the individual pan and you just stick it in a Z palette. You know, Too Faced eyeshadows are not that expensive either. You know, the Chocolate Bar palette, I think it ranges around $60 range, but they're all great quality shadows, and they smell like chocolate. So there's definite, excuse me, I have the hiccups. There's definite different companies that carry amazing brand, amazing quality eyeshadows for a lot less money than what Natasha Denona is stickering her eyeshadows on. I think it's ridiculous that she has that amount of cockiness to believe that majority of consumers have that amount of liquid cash flow to be able to spend on an eyeshadow. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to buy it. I will never buy it. It will never come into my collection. The only way it would ever come into my collection is if I get it as a gift. And even then, I doubt it because there's no one that'll ever spend that amount of money on someone else. That's just it. Not going to buy it. Not planning on buying it. Couldn't care less about it. I'm moving on to the next one. The next one is the Rouge Volupté Shine Oil In Stick Lipstick. This is from, I believe it's Yves Saint Laurent. Yes, Yves Saint Laurent. So, Yves Saint Laurent is a very expensive brand, let me tell you. It's $42 Canadian for the lipstick. It is... The packaging is beautiful, I will give you that. I have not tried the swatches on in person, so I don't know if they're pigmented, if they're hydrating. I'm assuming they're highlighting, they're hydrating because of the Shine, the oil in lipstick name. But $42 for something that I can just apply a face oil to my lips and maybe lipstick on top is just unreal. No, just no. I'm not going to go and purchase this. I am not going to waste $40 plus taxes. Plus taxes. Keep in mind, in Canada, we pay taxes. So, 13% taxes on top of that for a lipstick that is either going to be too overly hydrating. It's going to move all over your lips, even with a lip liner, might I add, because when it gets super oily, that's when it starts to move around, even over the lip liner. It might not be pigmented enough, depending on how hydrating it is, especially if it's overhydrating. And you're paying basically for the packaging, because the packaging is literally gold, just wrapped. It's amazing. It's a beautiful package, I will give you that. But I'm not going to be paying for the packaging, because really, the product inside, I can get a same lipstick for cheaper at Too Faced or at Tarte or at MAC. Their MAC cream finishes are beautifully moisturizing. They, they look great. They're a fraction of this cost. And the pigmentation is great. So why would I go and spend $42 on a lipstick? No. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Never going to happen. Even if I was rich, I still wouldn't get this. Because it's useless to me. Just my opinion. Okay, so my final product, you guys. The final product that I will be talking about is the one and only Tom Ford bronzer brush. If you guys don't know what the bronzer brush looks like, I will insert it right here. And with that said, I'm going to show it to you in case I can't insert it. This is what it looks like. It is a $133 brush. It is a motherfucking expensive tool. And let me tell you, no. I can find a dupe for this so easy at Morphe and at MAC, and they will be less than $100. No joke. I actually have a dupe for this from Morphe. And I think I also have one from MAC. So the one from MAC I think is about $50. So it's a fraction of this cost. It does the exact same job. Jaclyn Hill uses this a lot in her videos. And not for anything, but she probably got it sent to her. So what does she really give a shit? But I ain't spending $133. I have duplicated brushes that do the exact same job and look the exact same way. Just instead of the gold ferrule, they're silver ferrules. But they're the exact same design. So, not going to waste my time, and I'm not going to waste my money. Moving on. So that was it, you guys. I did a quick anti-haul number 2. If you guys love these type of particular videos, please make sure you thumbs up the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button when you're done. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.